one useful way of summarizing this is to say, okay, so we did find a mentally tough individual, somebody who had got a high and a reasonable level of mental toughness across all the four components of mental toughness. What would be the kind of thoughts that would be running through their heads? Because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about a mindset, what we're thinking. So the sort of things you would see is, I really believe I can do it. I can keep my emotions in check when doing it. I can manage my emotions. In my head, I promise to do things. I'm going to do them to an acceptable or a good standard. And when I've made a promise, I'll do whatever it takes to deliver it. When it comes to challenge, the thoughts will be, I'm motivated to do it. I'm happy to stretch myself. I'm happy to take risks. But importantly, I know I will make mistakes. I'm quite happy to acknowledge those mistakes. I'm not frightened of making mistakes, but I know I'm going to learn from those mistakes too. I may learn more from my mistakes than from the things I get right. And then finally, when you're talking about confidence, what's running through their head is, I believe I have the ability to do it, and I can persuade and influence others if I have to. So together, that gives you an understanding of what a mentally tough individual looks like. Now, very few of us actually think all the time in that way. I mean, it's not necessarily the case that we have to think all the time in that way. But what we do know is that by being self-aware about your mental toughness and understanding where on that little scale or that example I might have some development needs which explain why I don't often achieve as much as I should, or I don't feel as happy as I should, that's where mental toughness has a very significant and important value.